Hello, everybody. I brought you an expert from Germany who has a very painful problem. A very painful problem is slow dates. You experience around that. We were talking. Uh, the concept of this live stream came spontaneously. I was showing him data from a client I have, and he started giving me some very good advices, and we started sharing nice stories together. And at some point, I said, "Okay, why not to just share it on screen, share our thing on screen, and help other production managers or other general managers of small businesses to have better delivery dates." And to make their customers happier in the end. Andre, you have experience around slow delivery dates, especially as a smaller supplier to bigger companies, right?
Yes, hello, good morning, everyone.
Good
I'm
morning.
happy to join again here and be on the live and share with you good insights and with your audience as well. Yes, my main experience is with small and medium companies, so this kind of issues and problematics I quite well experienced that. I live that, and I learn how to face it, and which strategies companies must adopt, and the best practice that should be implemented. In the example, specific example that you show me, really feel it. I really feel it, and I feel like okay, is another small medium company that are facing the same problems, and you with your service you are bringing you are delivering already quite nice, you are doing quite nice approach, and you did the first steps, so I think the first steps are done, so that now let's go and speak about the further steps.
And the good part is and the thing is that with the slow delivery dates, especially, it's like I come from a corporate. Like I was working 5 years in a corporate big company. I was taking components from many different other small suppliers in Italy. And was something like this. I will show you in my screen right now. So, and you wait. I'll say when you're a small supplier and you give components to other big companies for white appliances, for automotive, for I don't know, for it's like that they do assembly. Something that happens is that they don't really have feelings for you. They don't go with you because you are a good person or because they like you specifically, but they have a table and they judge you on delivery, quality, and then they put a score, and the score is gonna be from 1 to 100, and if you are under threshold, it's gonna be the score is gonna be 50, it's gonna be 60, it's gonna be 70. After this threshold, they're not gonna talk to you again, and maybe your quality is gonna be great, but if you're delivering less, they're gonna give you a small score, and you're gonna lose the client.
Yes, you are right. They don't work with feelings, they work with data. So that's why data is so important to take decisions and to improve things, and to it's the right approach to take the data and work with that. And what you are showing here is exactly that, is data. So with this data we can uh, it's how it is. It's not never about.
It's no feelings. Automotive, and you give a specific component, metallic component, or in white appliances as I was working in a corporate environment. And the big company says, okay, I have 10 suppliers from many different countries, from many different competition. And when you consistently don't give a delivery time, or quality is a problem, the slow score, and then they are not going to choose you for the next batch.
Okay.
And that's very easily.
Uh,
In my opinion, more difficult, but delivery date, now we are going to cover it with a real example, a customer.
Perfect.
And
What I think you wanted also to come up is also, even before go further, to analyze these delays and see the data, is that you are right, they don't have feelings. And it's not just about data, like we are trying to show. It's also about cooperation. If you have such a supplier, the idea, it shouldn't be like we jump from one supplier to another. I have this talk before also, um, that this cooperation between suppliers and client must exist, in terms that everyone understand what's the capacity and where they should improve, and should they should have a closer relation, because jumping from one supplier to another also create costs. So if you are just jumping to one to another, and then another will not fulfill what you expected, you will jump to another, and that also create you costs. And it it will destroy a bit your trust also in your suppliers, and they will not trust you, they will fear you, they will, it's create already a better relation. So the suppliers must be seen like part of the family. I had this, it's last time with the live, it was with Mark. He said, he used this, exactly this word, that they should work like as a family, they should work as a partners, not like someone that we can just forget and go to another one. And I have several examples, like sometimes it's not because just they have delays, sometimes it's just because they have they expect uh, they have more demand of some product, so they expect from the suppliers that they will produce more directly. So, and any kind of work was done in advance, like to understand if really the supplier can do it, if they have this capacity, they just want the part. So my point here is this cooperation must be much closer. And in this specific example, they should some months, years ago, understand if they are able to do it or not, and prepare them to that. Prepare them to say, okay, now we have this demand, but can happen that it will increase. Are you ready for that? Should we plan it in advance? Prepare yourself to the higher demand. So this cooperation, not every time. Okay, you cannot do it. We'll jump to another. You have delays. You jump to another. It's more about cooperation. The thing is,
of course,
they
yes.
should have
And
incorporate with each others.
of course, and there is the part of the corporate work that has to collaborate with the suppliers. And also, the suppliers need to be able to have transparency, and they have to be able to work closely also with the corporate work to improve their deliveries, monitor their deliveries, and try to make it as efficient as possible, and try to make themselves higher in this list, I think.
Yes, because in the end, it's like everyone will win. It's like if the supplier will perform better, the client will be happy also, and everyone will be happier. So you raise up the bar a bit, not just for one supplier, for all the suppliers. You will, instead of jump to one bad, one worse to some another not so bad. It's you want to jump from good to excellent. So you want to raise the bar in terms of the quality of the suppliers. Also, you want that everyone will be good, and you can.
Yeah, those were numbers from years. And so of course we can just with the first slow delivery to throw someone away. Both the corporate and the suppliers should be working on improving their delivery for sure and their quality. That's why we are here. We're going to analyze the example of a small supplier, how he monitors data, and what he can do to improve this delivery.
Yes, exactly. What you are going to do is that, you, for example, in this table that you are showing now, you have 8 suppliers. The idea it would be not just exclude the supplier D because he performs really bad. It would be like how we can help the supplier D to perform better. It should be in the other way around. So, and that's what we are going to do now.
What we are going to do, and uh, about is a small company, and we have I think around 50 people working, and they have 3 different products that they produce, and they have and I think they have around 20 machines that they're working. There is a small giving for other jobs, and their emails is like after we created the system to monitor them. This is a system that we have to control their process, and we see for every single phase in their production how many orders they have in which phase in which machine, and there is an indication if it's yellow for every single phase in the machine. It means that there is at least one order that is not that is a little bit delayed, and when it's red, it means that there is at least one order is delayed. Here it looks like a Christmas tree. It looks like there are a lot of orders that are delayed. There are a lot of orders that could be go quicker. Some others that could that are fine. But we see that there are some issues. Some not issues, but there is room for improvement. Okay, and this program is created by taking data from production from every single phase in the machine. We register which order we have, we register all the information, and they go together in a localized place. And Andre, when you first see that and you get this explanation from me, what do you think?
I think it's at the first what you show here. You create is visibility. You bring the
Yes,
visibility, and the problems are visible now. So this is the first point, and it's really nice to this kind of approach because it should be like that. Because probably the company just didn't understand what was going on, why it's like that, where is the biggest problem, how to prioritize the things, how to because in the end who is suffering is also the client, so the client are not receiving the parts on time. So we spoke before that how to approach this kind of situation. I see that the first approach is speak with the client and try to negotiate different delivery dates. You also said
like
okay, but
something to note here, something to add here is that speaking a little bit about numbers, when we speak about their KPIs, this company has 40% of orders arriving late. Not the best case scenario, right? And a good thing is to talk with a customer, right?
yes. Uh, yes. So So I see it's like if you are promising something that you cannot fulfill and you constantly cannot fulfill it and you work by promise, you are destroying the relation with the trust with your client. So my first approach, after you see the problem, you see where you are struggling the most. Okay, now you want to fix. Before fix it, create this buffer with the client and try to negotiate the delivery days. You tell me, but it can give 1, 2, 3 months, and it will be fine. And my point is no, because we are working with data, because what is here, what you bring here is like you give this transparency. You know exactly how many days. How long is this delay? So this negotiation will be according your numbers, your real situation. So you will work from that. After you
How would you expect this negotiation to work on? For example, would you go to all the suppliers and then just all the customers and then just 2 more weeks of delivery? Would you go to specific suppliers? Would you check a little bit your data and have a little bit more and see which orders arrive later and which we can improve? How would you approach this issue?
Yes, it's most of the times the clients don't need the things that fast. So sometimes you want just to get the orders and you promise something in advance just to get the order, and you think that you are getting the orders, and probably yes, and you'll be happy with that. In the reality, not every orders you need to produce that fast. So sure, you have orders that you can postpone a little bit. Sure, that will be orders that we really need to do faster than others. So you must negotiate these kind of things with the client and prioritize your orders, what is most important, not that important, and then work from that. And then also when you are doing it, you already create this kind of buffer in your production. So this is the first approach, because in the reality you have to fix your numbers, you have to fix your situations. And the first approach must be go to the client and negotiate the delivery dates with him. So is the first approach. And after you have your data, your problems are quite visible, you can better negotiate it. You can say, okay, I need for 4 days for this kind of product, I need just 2 days for another kind of product. So you can better negotiate it when you have the data with you.
Yes, so you use it to all the suppliers and blind 2 more weeks. You suggest to see the data, see which orders are delaying, which because there are some products that are more difficult than the others, and some other products that are not that are more easy to create. They can take less time, and also there are some that are more demanding, and there are some other customers that are like more relaxed because they have a bigger buffer. So what you said is to see the data and blindly from the office just fix the deliveries, not just to blindly and add delivery dates and improve, increase the delivery something or hybrid. Take consideration the relationship with the customer, take in consideration the numbers you're having, take in consideration the complexity of the work, see those data, see those numbers, and from that, sit down with the supplier, with the customer, maybe even show him the data and discuss a more optimized delivery deadline for them.
Yeah. And the promise then should be that okay, we have this situation, it's our real situation, we are negotiating now this kind of priorities, and you can say to the client that the idea is to improve it. And then is the second part of the work is to improve internally your production, your delivery days, your quality, your rework, your indicators, internal indicators, because just like that, you will perform better, and your client will be much happy with you. The first approach, negotiate it with the client, create priorities, because you already create trust, a kind of relation with your client that will bring both sides more trust, and everyone will work with real data, and the promise must be okay, we have it, but we want to improve, and we improve it, because now we'll really do improve internal improvements.
Did you lose me? Sorry, I think you lost me a little bit for the Wi-Fi.
It's
I'm back.
okay.
I'm back. I'm back. Yes. Yes. But let's say that we have this is the low hanging fruit, let's say, right? To talk with the customer. But if we see our data, there is a lot of things that we can change also in the process, right? And if we see here, for example, we see that there are all the different, all the different machines in the phase in the production, and there is one machine that, as we first of all, I have to say that we are batch flow. So we create, let's say, 200 pieces all together in the offset, and then all together they go to plastification and 3D and cutting, right? So you see that there are 50 orders waiting after the offset machine, and they're just waiting there. There are other cases. If you see that there is the order has 31 orders. The first case when we start, when we give the production order, there are 31 orders that are just waiting for the raw material. So what would you say for these two cases? First of all, let's start with the order that we have 31 orders waiting for raw material to start.
One of the things is like work with less batch. You said that one batch has 300 or 3,000.
This is depends on the this depends a little bit on what the customer is asking. There are customers that are asking maybe 20,000 pieces. There are customers that are asking 300 pieces.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like a balance sometimes. You have to balance it.
The idea is to work with one piece flow. So if you can reduce these batches inside of your process, will get much better flow. So, and that will reduce your waste. It's like that. If you produce too much at once, if you get some problem, you get a big problem at once. At once, if you work with small batches, if you have a problem, you will get a smaller problem than before. So if you do it, if you can do it, sometimes it's not possible because of the machinery, wherever. And the idea is, as anytime you can do it, reduce it, the batches number, because it will make your workflow perform much better. This is not just theory; it's a really practical approach. So at the first, because and you'll see a lot of improvements already. Try to plan it with less, because less is more.
For sure, this makes sense. I think there are some factories that are built right now for batch flow. So telling them, yeah, yeah, I agree that one piece flow is ideal. Some companies don't have the maturity yet, but if you have the maturity, it's great to have it. But let's say that this customer, this factory is working with batch flow, and I don't really see them changing it. So what would you do, for example, for the orders? You have 31 orders waiting for raw material. To
Yeah, yeah. The raw material. So you are dependent. So it means that you are dependent also of some suppliers. And the idea is also to bring the numbers, bring the data, because sure, If you have some suppliers, if you are waiting for the raw material, it means that they need sometimes to deliver you the material, so the raw material. So you must understand how much time do they need? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days? One supplier, another supplier, how much time do they need? How good they can perform, and then create plan your production in advance and take in consideration these kind of numbers. If you know that such a supplier needs 3 days to deliver you the raw materials, so plan your production and your delivery days according this number
Yeah.
also, these 3 days. So if you are not happy with these 3 days, probably try to analyze the cost benefit, because probably you think that the price is good from of this raw material, but these 3 or 4 days is not sustainable for you and for your clients. So probably it's better to buy in terms of directly costs some raw material that will be a bit more expensive for you, but in the end they can deliver you the raw material in 1 day or less, so they are performing better. So in the end, this will you must analyze this cost benefit and understand which ones are the best, and try to work with it as well, and give your delivery dates according these numbers also.
Okay, that makes sense. But also because here we speak about many different models, many different products, many different materials. So it's not like we have one specific material that we can use, but there are many different materials, many different dimensions that you have to take in consideration with the production planning. So these materials, the production plannings, and they have to match for 31 orders, 31 different raw materials, 31 different specifications. So that's a complicated work for sure.
Yeah, that's complicate, and the work that must be done for and even if you have to dedicate some person just to do this kind of job, you must have some person or two just to do this kind of job, because you see that that will bring a lot of benefit to the company, that will create more reliability with your client. So this is really important. That
Mm.
will reduce your waste. So you need someone to work with these numbers. The first point, approach is done. Come up with the data and see where you can improve, and then it's a staff job because it seems that it's a lot to do, and it's a job that must be done. Good planning, work with the data, and then improve your process as well. If you have a huge bottleneck in some process, you have really to focus on that at the first. Go and analyze, go to the shop floor, go to Gemba, and try to fix the things. Bring your people with you, make them aware of it, because they will also help you to improve things. They will also give you ideas how to improve the things. If you are transparent in your communication, in your approach, okay, guys, you have a problem, you have to fix it. This is our situation, and you want to change it. Let's go and work as a team, because they will help you. They will feel it because they are working with you. Everyone wants the best for the company in the end.
Of course, that's an important thing. And also, if you share the vision that are working, that's very important. There are people that are working in this company 20 years. They understand much better than anybody what needs to be done, maybe. And many times we just don't hear that people. That people are talking these numbers immediately start. So I can do another approach. I see that when it's red and I go in production line and I start shouting, "Okay, for this client is to sit and doing the order right now because they don't have it. And I go in production line, start shouting to everybody, hey, I don't care what you're doing, just keep going. This is
This is, I guess, this is a typical approach for every company. So that's what we are
advisory
doing
for
here.
supervising.
Yeah,
This in East,
I think
this Europe,
it's Europe.
this
Yeah,
example.
that's East Europe. A lot of places are like that. We try to work from the office. We try to make things more fancy. Okay, we try to come up with the data. It's something that we are doing. We want to do. We are doing our job to bring the data, to analyze, to understand, and we take this understanding, this advantage of knowledge with data and so on to push with the production. That is a really bad approach. So it's like, how can you expect that someone will help you or help you improve or make the things better if you are I even things you don't show your communication is not so transparent. They don't understand what you mean. They just feel the pressure, but they don't understand the problem. They even don't understand. So okay, how they can help? So I will produce more, and just eat. I'll do extra hours, just eat. This is the solution.
I have heard this thing produce more and more and more and more and more just to produce without any details so many times. Not from the specific case, but for everywhere.
Yes, I have to run more. I have to, instead of walk, I have to start to run in this company. Well, this doesn't make sense. We are all humans, and they clear understand that something is not working well. Something doesn't fit. What is going on? And especially because they know the problems, and you are coming
Yeah.
with something
When
that
my client,
doesn't.
when sometimes when this uh, plant manager goes to the production line, he sees this red and he goes and for people to go quickly, quickly, quickly because the customer is calling me. They backfire because they, you know what, we have done the planning. It's not so easy to we have done the planning. Like let us breathe. Um, so in this case, we just have to make the customer sad.
Yes, you the things has to be done properly. First, go to the client,
Okay.
negotiate with the
Yes, I
client,
like it.
bring
Yes.
the data, prioritize that, then do your own work. That is to prioritize where you should, from where you should start your improvements. If it's from the suppliers of raw materials, start from that. If you need the purchasing department, if you don't have, or if you have already it's not working well, try to do this kind of approach with them that make them aware of the improvements. Sure, they will help you also. Is the biggest problem is in the production. Go to there and try to speak with them. Okay, now it's like that, and I already spoke with the client. Is we are negotiating the delivery days, and the point we want to do better, and we see here a big problem. So guys, let's go and improve it. How can we improve it? Let's go and make it better. And this kind of approach, sure, uh, you will have success because they will give you a lot of ideas. They will cooperate with you. They will understand the meaning of this all. They understand that we are not blaming them. We don't want to push for them. We want that the things in general will work much better. They will feel it, and instead of push in such kind of a way that it's a bit toxic way to them, push in the good way, that because they will cooperate with you and you'll find solutions also. And this is just the first approach. Then go to another department, try to improve the things, try to improve the flow, the working flow. And because in the end, what you want is to make your client happy, um, and do perform better and better with time.
If we do some schedule, we is only on the office. from the production manager to the operator to whoever is creating the give the signal to people working on the software thing is good enough for them.
No, I think you should show everything that is they need to see, well, everything that where they can help also. So show the data if they it's something if something about waste or the planet time to produce some product. Show the data that they need to know. They need to know to better understand it and perform better, and because they can also directly in production find solutions, find quick solutions and improve it and keep sustain the target, sustain the indicators in time. So work with them. Of course, don't overwhelm them with numbers. Also, be more strict and show them the data that they need to see and where they can
Yeah.
be useful.
And understand that even or we give them just for consultation, we give part of their everyday work. We tell them example rules. People say, they do this to the operator, some graphs, some histograms, whatever, some symbols. Also, other cases when we show to the operators like, the data, but we have to take it in 10 minutes. We have to see anything else. When it's yellow, you have to focus this, focus that. It becomes their so which philosophy.
Yes, I like this one that we you make them part of the work with proper numbers and you explain. We don't show complex histograms or
Take it.
regression lines or something like that. We show numbers, things quite simple to understand. That we are not physicians or mathematics or something like that. We want just to be clear with the information and make it useful to them, and that they can, like you said, work daily with it and do improvements from that.
I see it has only benefits when it becomes part of their work. There is something specific that they have to do when it's red, and there is something specific when it has that they have to do when it's yellow. When it's just data showing around, and there's just some histograms and some weird numbers in the background, and it's correct that it's going in the background because people get confused, and that's a big
Yeah.
thing. Really, think we really have a lot to do. Definitely, I will. Uh, this conversation that in this there for the proposal so we can let me close this screen. So first of all is when we want to improve our delivery dates, and this a specific example we showed. The first one would be to work with the customer, use the data we have to understand which orders are more difficult to create, which customers are more demanding, which customers need it faster, and work with them so that we can adjust, or we can optimize delivery dates, without that we don't push our production too much, while or hurt the relationship, but do something in the middle. Another thing you proposed is if we can go to one batch flow, one piece flow, and use um, size. Some company cannot do that right now, and I think to go to one piece flow has its own risks and it needs maturity. It's not like we just buy the machines and we go, because if one machine stops, all production stops. Have batch flow. At least if one machine stops, we can keep working. That's an important distinction. And we spoke about visibility. It's like if we can take the data we see in the office to bring them on software and give specific, very specific towards that. Another thing you talked about was materials, right? So raw materials that we have to analyze our data and we have to make sure that we have to see the cost benefit. Like, okay, there is this supplier is quicker for me. Delivery dates again. There is this quicker for me, and I can pay him a little bit more, but it's worth it. And use our data to understand which supplier is can fit better to my vision. And I think we covered so many things. What do you think?
Yes, I think yes. And I help this real case study will help your also your client. Wish
Oh
him
yeah.
all the best, and trusting Andreas is doing amazing work. So keep doing the things must be changed. So he got the right person in the right position. So go for it.
Thank you very much. So we're gonna close this live, and we wish everybody to improve their. Thank everybody for watching, and see you in the next live.
Bye bye.
Bye bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, let me stop. Okay, I think